Like using a golden mushroom and rolling a combined 8, so are the games of our lives. Dice rolling games. These are the games of our lives. Super Mario and Pokemon and all the games that took us to another place and made us want to keep playing all night. These are the games of our lives.
Welcome to the Games of Our Lives podcast. My name is Bill, as always accompanied by the wonderful, fantastic, beautiful Tony. Happy Friday, Tony.
Happy Friday.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for that. What a wonderful intro. Wow, thank you.
Yeah, you know what? You deserve it for being the best dang co-host someone could ask for.
Stop. Come on. That's right back at
No?
you. That's right back at you.
Hey. Listen, we're a team, all right? We're a team, and this is the Games of Our Lives podcast. By the way, if you're following us on Apple, if you could give us a 5-star review or leave a review, that would be fantastic and much appreciated. It really helps with visibility. But if you're listening on Spotify or YouTube as well, we really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's hop into the news. We're going to start off by talking about what happened this morning, and that's the Animal Crossing Direct, a 20-minute info update for Animal Crossing version 2.0, which is launching on November 5th. It's basically all the content that was missing from Animal Crossing from all the previous Animal Crossing games, plus a whole bunch of other stuff is coming to the game. It is a huge update. If you're even kind of an Animal Crossing fan, this is more than enough reason to come back to it starting 2 weeks from today. And they also announced some DLC, which is pretty cool. You get to basically design different villagers' homes. They have new amiibo cards coming out. They're bringing back the Froggy Chair. KK Slider's got some new songs. You can do some morning calisthenics. I mean, it's a real animal life simulator, you know? And attached to this announcement was the new Switch Online Plus, or whatever they're calling it, which is the Nintendo Switch Online with Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis. And as a bonus for purchasing this, you also get the DLC for Animal Crossing. So if you own Animal Crossing and you want to play some N64 games, it does behoove you to pay for the NSO Plus so you could get it all in one package. But $49.99 a year for the Nintendo Switch Online Plus. That's a little bit more expensive than I think most people were hoping.
Definitely. And it may be weird to say this, but I kind of feel like a dog today. You know, you ever feel like a dog? Like a little puppy or a dog just because you're wagging so much? That's kind of how I feel today. A lot of wags.
Oh, no.
A lot. This is just the beginning. But let me, before I start with my wonderfully beautiful pessimism, let me give you a list of games real quick. Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers, I don't know, Call of Duty, what do people like to play? I don't know, Fortnite, Minecraft. Let me say, out of all these games, Animal Crossing might be the hottest game for like the past year or so. Like, if you're talking most popular game of the year, I don't know, man. Animal Crossing, like, the content, the updates, I don't know, and now this, everything that they're dropping, crazy, huge game, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for all the Animal Crossing fans. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If anyone deserves it, it's them. But even they are not safe from the hands, the wallet stealing hands that is Nintendo.
Oh no.
Coming through with, I don't know if I said it in the last episode. I think I didn't say it, but we were talking about the price a couple episodes ago, the NSO, and I was like, yeah, I think it'll be like X amount, and you said it was going to be Y, and then we talked about it with Josh last episode, our guest, if you haven't listened to the episode, but obviously you know who Josh is because you did listen to the episode, and And you said your number again, and I was like, nah, Bill's right. It's probably gonna be like $30. $50? $50. That's
I mean, it's $30 on top of the $20 that you're already spending, but I thought it was only gonna be like $10 on top of the 20.
me too. Considering that the 20. No. Let me hold back.
Gotta break
a
it
little
down.
bit. Let me hold back just a little bit because PlayStation and Xbox cost $60 a year. That's horrendous. That's a lot of money a year, but it's fine, you know.
It's horrendous, but that also comes with free games like PlayStation and Xbox. If you're paying for their online, I believe you do get access to several first-party titles, like first-party like new titles, which is not something that Nintendo offers with their Nintendo Switch Online. In fact, they give you their oldest possible games included in this package. However, I will say this will be the first time in Nintendo history that you will be able to play Mario Kart 64 online.
Yeah, that's just not fair. You know, that's the problem. And don't get me wrong, yeah, the other major companies give out free stuff, and they give you your money's worth. I shouldn't say it's horrendous because $60, it's been $60, 50, 60 for years now, for as long as I can remember. And for a whole year, that's not bad for everything that you're getting. It's probably worth it just for the online play because it's so good for some of those games. I will say that. But $20 a year, Nintendo, that's real nice considering it was free always, even though the online was horrendous. That actually is horrendous for the most part, except for the Wii U Mario Kart was like good. But $20, that's fine. Oh, we could play NES and SNES games. All right, this is worth $20. I hear $50. I'm like, I'm out. I don't care. I know what's at stake. I am done. And then you come out and you say, oh, you could play Mario Kart for the first time. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm buying it. That's no problem. $50 to do that. All right.
Mario Tennis Online, excuse me?
I hate it, dude. It's not fair because they do this thing. They do this damn thing where they just, like, they get you when you're really, like, young. They're just like, oh, you're... I don't know how old I was, maybe 6 or 7, and they're just like, want to see the coolest stuff you're ever going to see in your whole life. Okay, well, we own your soul now, forever. So, because you like our stuff so much, you are going to give us money forever now. Forever.
You are doomed to repurchase the same 25 games forever and ever until you die.
And
you will buy the same 25 games every 4 years when we put them out. We're going to continuously drip feed you. And we are Nintendo. Low-key evil, but God, does that evil taste so good.
I have a hard time calling them straight up evil, but they know when they could get away with something. They know what they're doing. And I've wagged... Oh, man, my hand hurts from all the wagging I've done over the years. But, like, just so many different instances where I'm like, why? But they're like, yeah, because we can. No problem. You like us. And it's just
I do like the... I like the online discourse, by the way, where people basically have largely ignored the fact that Sega Genesis is part of this. They're just like... Yeah, Sega's there. Okay, but Nintendo 64 online.
Is that the consensus? Like,
I haven't seen a single person give a dang or a hoot or a holler about the Sega Genesis online. Honestly, gun to my head, couldn't name 3 games that are on the Genesis online for Switch.
Wow, I couldn't either. But yeah, that's. I keep thinking.
I'm guessing Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
If you say Sonic's 1 through 3, you're probably safe.
You're probably safe.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that moment when we were talking about the glorious episode that was 2 episodes ago about all the N64 games, and then there was a pause, and then you just said, and Sega Genesis, and I just lost my mind. Like that might have been the funniest moment on the entire show, like top 3 for sure. But yeah, no, didn't Sega just make like a Like for the past 10 years or 5 years, they keep making like portable weird Sega things. Or like, I mean, how many times are you gonna resell Sonic 1? You know what I mean? Like,
It's probably the worst Sonic of the Genesis Sonic games.
you think
Just,
so? The
I mean,
worst?
I feel like 2 and 3, just the quality of life updates are just so much better.
It's tough
Like
to
they
say.
handle better. I mean, like you get the nostalgia factor. I mean, Green Hill Zone is Green Hill Zone, obviously, but I mean, I don't know. I think I'd rather play Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 or over 1 any day.
All right, now if we're talking,
I'm just talking 2D Sonics. I'm just talking
are we
2D
talking?
Sonic the Hedgehog games.
All right,
We're not
all
talking
right.
about the Mean Bean Machine or Sonic
Okay,
Spin
all right. You
or
got
Sonic
me.
Spinball. Although I do enjoy me some Sonic Spinball from time to time. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think I've ever beaten the first level of that game, but I have beaten Mean Bean Machine on very hard. I
Ooh.
love that game. But go on Puyo Puyo Tetris Online, forget about it. I get killed. Killed. It's like nothing. It's like all that work, and then you're like, I'm the king of the world, and
Oh,
then it
no.
just like zooms out a little bit, and you're just a little speckle on like one island, and then the whole rest of the earth is like, oh yeah, you're nothing.
Oh no.
I was just gonna list off the other Sonic games for the Genesis, but
Yeah.
what were they? 3D Blast, Sonic and Knuckles is another game. It's 3D Blast,
Yeah.
Sonic and Knuckles, Mean Bean Machine, and Spinball, and then 1, 2, and 3. I think those are the 7 Genesis games.
Sonic has more spin-off games than main games over like a 5-year window, and that's kind of insane.
Yeah, they beat him into the damn ground.
Yeah.
Oh, also, real quick, while we're on the subject, I was on Instagram today. I don't really scroll on anything, but once in a while I'll check. And in it, I follow so few people that it recommends me like pages to follow on Instagram, and it recommended Sonic the Hedgehog. So I click on it, and I noticed that the verified Sonic the Hedgehog. This is definitely a wag of the finger, if nothing else. I go on the verified Sonic the Hedgehog Instagram. They follow 3 pages. One of those pages, I swear to God, Bill, is Arby's.
What? Do they do like? Hold on. Do they sell chili dogs at Arby's?
I have no idea what they sell at Arby's.
Like that is one of the most ridiculous follows ever. But continue, please.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, Arby's is the only like.
Yeah, the
my
other
God.
the other one is like a Sega, okay, and the other one is
Sure.
the second one is just like Sonic, on like the way that Pokemon follows like the Pikachu all over the world page. It's like
Oh,
a Sonic
okay.
one equivalent of that. But yeah, then the third one
But
is Arby's.
Arby's.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, there's a restaurant named Sonic. A
Literally a restaurant named Sonic.
and B, I don't think you have. Not like I study this stuff, but I've never in my entire life seen any kind of collab or affiliation between Sonic the Hedgehog and Arby's.
I know the person who runs the social media for Arby's, they tend to make artwork for different upcoming video game things, like once a week or something like that, using Arby's products. So maybe they at one time made a Sonic the Hedgehog thing for their social media. They got to appeal to the gamers.
Dude, does that
on
constitute
Arby's.
a follow from Sonic the Hedgehog?
You know what? It might. Bar's actually pretty high though, because they were only following Sega and Sonic Team before. So
I spent like 5 digits worth of money over the entire course of my life, and Nintendo doesn't follow me. I have to just go buy some McDonald's wrappers and make a Pac-Man, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, everyone loves me, follow me.
Reggie, why don't you follow the Games of Our Lives podcast on Twitter? You're basically our dad. Dad, you went to the store and you haven't been back. Come home to us, Papa Reggie.
Papa Reggie. Ooh, that reminds me of another wag of the finger. I gotta write that down for later.
So last little point on Nintendo Switch Online. By the way, it after going on a 6-mile tangent, it is a good deal for Animal Crossing fans. And I do wonder because the DLC comes for, like as part of it, which is really cool. I will say if Nintendo Switch Online continues to like attach a major first party game DLC to the NSO Plus, that will definitely soften the blow annually. And like, you know, maybe Breath of the Wild 2 has some DLC that they're going to have, and if Breath of the Wild 2 DLC is attached to like next year's Plus, I can find a way to justify it more.
That's fair. That's fair. That is the very important thing to me. That's one important thing, is if we get DLC and some more perks for purchasing it. And the second thing is, and I want to see what they do with this when it gets released, but you know me, N64 games online, is it just matchmaking, play with some people, Mario Kart, bye? Or is it legitimately like, game is over, I want points, I want a ranking system? Are we playing 2 people and 6 computers? Are we playing 7 other people? It's going to be Mario Party 8 Deluxe, just complete cluster of people everywhere, and everyone's getting good items, which is definitely going to be even worse, I think, right? In Mario Kart 64, probably. If everyone has lightning and stars, it's like, I don't know. I want to see, before I commit the extra $30 to it, I really want to see how much they improved it, or if they improved it at all. But let's stay optimistic.
Feel the exact same way. Day one purchase for me.
You tell me how it is, and I'll make a decision.
I'll let you know. I will let you know. But next in the news, Nintendo Switch game that's coming out. We got Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Just a couple of like little things that we learned because the demo was released recently. There is no way to turn off the experience share. You know, that is I feel like a point of contention amongst many Pokemon fans. Really gonna make Nuzlocke runs real easy if everybody's just getting free EXP for days. But a good quality of life change is that HMs are no longer going to be attached to your Pokemon, so you don't have to waste a move slot on HMs, which is pretty solid. So, you know, you take the good with the bad. You know your boy's going to be getting Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, probably Shining Pearl. Tony, are you going to end up getting one of the Pokemon games? You're going to get both of them, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I don't really want to, but I don't have a choice, as we've...
But Nintendo has the curse over you.
As we figured out. Yeah, once you get tattoos of a game, you pretty much have to buy every main series game of that for the rest of your life. So that's where I'm at with that. And, yeah, that's... I don't know. It doesn't really sit any better with me after that stuff. Like, the experience share being mandatory is neither good nor bad. It's really just kind of a weird move that they've made. I think it's kind of a bad move, but like it's I don't know. It's just weird, I think. And but actually, no, it's bad. I'm just gonna come out and say I think it's kind of dumb that they turned that on. And yeah, I don't know. The HM thing is cool, but again, it's a remake. It's just
right.
Not that hype about it, but I'm sure it'll be great, and I'll play them day one, and looking forward to it.
And last little bit of news, we got some Pokemon Go shenanigans going on right now. We have Pokemon Go trialing in a couple of regions some new things. They're going to be trialing a handful of trainer tips and like quality of life changes in that regard, but they are adding the option to skip egg hatching animations, as well as possibly adding new Pokestop functions. And I believe today kicks off the Pokemon Halloween Mischief event, which has a couple of spooky Pokemon being added, because apparently Niantic adds 2 Pokemon at a time now to Pokemon Go. Tony, would you like to expand on that? Because Niantic won't expand the Pokedex.
All right. Let me ease into this. I haven't played Pokemon Go in about 3 weeks or a month, and I just am not really playing it anymore. There you go.
Insightful. Thank you
Why?
so much for
Why, you ask? Let me. All right. Well,
Yeah, why?
All right. Here's the thing. Since you're
Why did
chomping at
Tony
the bit,
quit Pokemon Go?
here. This is why. Inherently is a word that I don't really know what it means. No, I'm kidding. I think the game itself, and I've thought this way for a long time, but I didn't do anything about it because it became more of a lifestyle. This is a Mario Party episode, by the way. We're getting there later on, in like an hour. The game itself is not that much fun. It's the ultimate mobile game. It's just a game where you do the same thing over and over again, and for some reason, with all the stuff that the glorifications that they've put around it, they've made throwing a ball into a circle and tapping the screen to do raids somehow the most addicting, fun, world taking over kind of game I've ever seen. And it's all the stuff
Wow.
that surrounds it, the way you throw the ball into the circle, and the shiny hunting, and the Pokemon that you can catch, and the places you could go. But it's more to me about sharing it with the people I like to play with, my close ones, and shiny hunting is more like buying a lottery ticket all the time for free and just trying to test your luck, and it's really addicting, and I did like it. But what really sold me on the game was the battling. When it came out, I was like, this isn't as good as VGC battling, but I found myself a little, going back to it. That turned into an addiction. That turned into a humongous addiction. Turned into a TikTok dedicated to battle videos, but even before that, YouTube videos on my end. I just was all in with battling. But I noticed in the later seasons, I couldn't, when they introduced Legend Rank, I just couldn't hit it no matter how hard I tried, and I would think about the game constantly, all the time, thinking about different teams to use, different strategies, and watching YouTubers and trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. And it just got to a point a couple weeks ago, there was a battle day where you could do 20 sets instead of 5, and I went on a PvP poke. I picked the best team that they have, the number one team, same moveset, same everything, and no matter what, like, I was still losing. Some of it was my fault, I was misplaying, but some of it there was like nothing I could do, and I just realized it's, all the times that I took a break and came back from battling and stuff was me, like, just saying, oh, don't give up, like, everyone else is figuring it out, they're good at it, how come you're not good at it, but I think at some point it just hit me like, it's just not a game that I'm meant to be good at, the battling. Like, Texas Hold'em, there's a lot of luck in there, but there's still professional poker players, so it does tell you players are better than others. I don't want to say it's the game just being bad, but I do think there is a lot wrong with it. But I think I just realized that battling is not a game for me, and that's what kept me playing Pokemon Go all the time, so I can't really enjoy Pokemon Go as a whole without battling, or just knowing in the back of my mind that it was like a big failure to me. So I just decided, like, I really want to learn Japanese. I really want to play games in my collection. I'm just like addicted to Pokemon Go. When I go out, when we park the car, I open my game. Like, I just need to enjoy other things and stop being addicted to this game that I kind of know in my heart. It's really a simple game with a lot of, makeup and other stuff put on it, and there's a lot of other stuff out there for me. So I took a step away from Pokemon Go, and I haven't really missed it. I played it like maybe a week after, and I did some battles, and I won a good amount of them, but I still just said, honestly, I think I'm good, like, and that was a few weeks ago. I haven't played it since, no real urges to, and I've been enjoying, doing other things. And with that being said, I hope sincerely that anyone that plays the game can enjoy it, and I'm happy that so many people enjoy it and can get out and get moving and enjoy all the positive things that it brings, but I think I just need to do some other stuff, Thanks for listening to that rant. This is this concludes the podcast for today. No Mario Party. I lied about that part. So see you next week.
A real moment of growth for you there, and I feel like a lot of games that have that kind of like forever style play attached to it, that everybody hits like a breaking point unless you're trying to become number one in Farmville, like our friends' parents. But
jeez.
But that's a different type of dedication. I honestly, as deep into Pokemon Go that you've been in the cut, I really can't say that I myself have found myself as deep in a game, and I feel like it's something worth experiencing once to kind of like lose yourself to a game, because there is something fun about it, and there is something really rewarding, at least at first and like for the meantime. But eventually, the games do fall to the side. I guess the closest game for me would be like Guitar Hero. I got really into Guitar Hero for about a half decade, and then the internet came out, and people were really good, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna be that good. I'm gonna play Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl instead.
No idea that you played Guitar Hero that much. I love Guitar Hero 3. I absolutely love that game.
Absolutely. One of the best Guitar Hero games right there is number 3.
Oh, yeah. I'm proud to say that I could play songs on Expert, like maybe half of them, but then, you watch people play, the final set list, and then, of course, like Through the Fire and Flames, and I'm like, all right, this is definitely just again, always applies to us.
Watch the person 100% Through the Fire and Flames, and I was impressed and in shambles at the same time.
Yeah. I think the Guitar Hero as a whole kind of is the same game to us as like everything else in terms of how competitive you can get at it. We're like, I'm not going to say for you because you're probably way better than I am, but for me, probably the best person in the room or at a casual level, but when you start getting serious, like forget about it. You know what I mean?
Right. It's really tough being in that middle ground where you're better than most casual people at a game that has competitive aspects, but then like once you open yourself to the broader world, it's like, nope, you're actually bad. Sit down, little boy.
My little boy ass has been sitting in that middle ground for 29 years.
Now, we have a friend group, Tony and I, that plays this game called Mario Party on the regular. Unfortunately, I'm not really there for that. You probably go and play with them every once in a while, no?
Dude, the last time I played with them was the last time I played with you when we...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, went to Chris's house and they were just like, oh, I don't know if it was you, or I think it was Ben, actually. Ben was like, oh, Tony's really good. Like, he's definitely going to whoop all of our asses. And you guys destroyed me. I was like, I really hope they don't think that I'm that good, because Ben and Tyler play, like, they maxed out the coins in Mario Party, too. I was like, these kids are going to kill me.
Ben and Tyler have played all 3 of the first Mario Parties. They play Mario Party 2 and Mario Party 6 religiously, like easily twice a week. But today we're talking about the first 3 Mario Party titles, the 3 Nintendo 64 Mario Party titles. I did not realize that it was an annual series for the first 7 releases, which is kind of insane.
I didn't know that.
The first one came out in America in 1999, and then Mario Party 2 came out in 2000, Mario Party 3 in 2001. And the very first Mario Party game was this amazing revelation where you got to play as one of 6 Mario characters in a 4-way board game battle where you would try to collect coins in order to collect stars, have the most stars at the end, and in doing so, you're competing in these mini games. You're trying to steal coins or stars from each other, and the board has all sorts of wacky antics, and it is my favorite board game of all time.
A beautiful concept.
I mean, it was so smart, and it was so well done. I will say that Mario Party 1 is pretty raw. Looking back, it was the first Mario Party game. It was kind of midway through the Nintendo 64's existence. I mean, it only came out like a year or two before the GameCube, believe it or not.
Huh.
I know, it doesn't feel like it, right?
No, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, so the game came out. You could play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, Wario, Donkey Kong, or the greatest of all time, Yoshi.
Yoshi!
And this game was one of those games that really, it was one of those games you could just play with your friends every week, and it always stays fresh, and it was always a good time, and like it just left a lasting impression. This is what kickstarted what's going to be coming out on October 29th. We got Mario Party All-Stars, which is basically a greatest hits of the first 3 Mario Party maps with some of the board games or from the mini games from all of the Mario Parties. So like it's a big deal.
That game's gonna be insane, and this is where it all started. Yeah, like you said, Mario Party 1 definitely raw. They had the concept down, but it's kind of like a Wii U versus the Switch kind of thing, where it's like, all right, we'll make it, but it's not gonna be too good. But it was just fundamentally, that's not the word. It was just laying the foundation for
Right.
for a pretty good game, pretty good series to come up. But yeah, I went through the first 3 because I really care about Mario Party. I do like it a lot, so I really tried to give it, I took down some notes and tried to go into a little bit of detail with them all.
Right.
And I think the things about Mario Party 1 being raw, there are no items that you can use in the game, so that's like, alright, without that, that's fine. You can't skip the CPU minigames, so that's like, alright, now, I can't help but think of, like, the accessibility of, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield, where it's like, alright, the game itself isn't the best, but they're improving things, but this is still a time when they weren't improving things, it was, like, so early. The minigames are really rough, a lot of wear on your stick by just destroying your control stick.
Literally breaking your controller.
Gone. Gotta get a new one after 1 round. That's not true.
You gotta get a new hand, too.
Yeah, the mini games are okay. If you land on a Bowser space, it is pretty brutal. And if you play in the 1v3 mini games and you lose, you actually lose coins. So it was a little more, it was an edgier, a little more cutthroat, and still very, very raw. Overall, I don't know, the experience was great as a kid, right? Being like, oh, what is this magical world? Like, this is insane. I don't know, 6 out of 10?
You know what? I feel like a 6 out of 10 just for what it did. And, it has some mini games that haven't returned that should have returned. And we could talk about that. Tony, you want to hit me up with your favorite mini games from Mario Party 1?
Yes, sir. I got a quick 5. And 2 of them, these first 2 are actually in Mario Party 2 as well. They brought them back. So, Crazy Cutter and Facelift. I love those 2, man.
I put Crazy Cutter and Facelift as well in my top 5. So Crazy Cutter is a very simple game. It's a 4-player mini game. You are on a jackhammer, and you are given the shape of a Super Mario enemy. And all you have to do is trace the enemy. It's super simple, super satisfying, though, when you get that, like, 98-plus score. And it's just, like, a simple, clean game that I feel... Did Crazy Cutter come back?
Yeah, I think so.
For Mario Party 2?
Wait, did it? Why did I write also Mario Party 2? Maybe I'm...
it is. It is in Mario Party 2.
I checked the website. Websites don't lie.
Yeah, it is in Mario Party 2 as well. I feel like I never get Crazy Cutter in Mario Party 2.
Me either. Maybe it's a battle mini game in Mario Party 2.
Oh, you know what? That could be it. It's a good game. And then Facelift was really, really, really fun to play because the game came out after Super Mario 64, and Super Mario 64 had a famous title screen where you could manipulate Mario's face and hold it into place, and people would make all these goofy faces with Mario. Now in Facelift, was it just Bowser's face, or did it change? It was Mario and Bowser.
I think it was Mario and Bowser, but now you're making me second guess it.
Like, I know it was Bowser for sure. I just don't know if it was Mario and
I
King
think
Bowser.
I think yeah, because I'm also picturing Yoshi too and Peach, but maybe I'm like crazy. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? In Mario Party 2, you could do Mario, Luigi, Peach, Wario, Yoshi, and Donkey Kong. But in Mario Party 1, I think it was just Bowser.
Gotcha.
But you would have to tweak Bowser's face, and whoever tweaked Bowser's face the most correct to the way that the PC tweaked the face would win. And I do believe that also became a battle game.
I think so, yeah, in Mario Party 2, yeah.
All right, what's next on your favorite list?
I got Keep Away.
Keep Away. Okay.
I love that game. You hold a key and don't get hit, basically. I think you have to...
Oh, you're trying to escape Bowser's castle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one was really fun. It was a nice little, like, platformer. I like the platforming ones. I actually put Platform Peril on my list.
Oh, is that the one where you're running and you have to like keep jumping from?
You're running and jumping. You are in a race.
One.
You're in a race to the finish, and you literally just have to platform your way to the end. And first one to reach the finish wins. And it's a simple game, but it was always a lot of fun for me.
You know, I'd like that game more if, like, the way the screen is set up, you would think, all right, I hold my diagonal, I press A when I have to jump, that's it. But then when there are empty spaces on the platforms you're going to land on, you have to try to move, and for some reason, my whole universe gets discombobbled, and I just jump off the edge every time. I'm like, this is a game that this is like this is a simple 10 out of 10. I should never lose this game. I lose every time. I never won that game.
It's those little brick pyramids that come up that throw you off.
Everything.
Oh no. They also put little coins that you can grab during some of these mini games, and Platform Peril has like little coins. I have no idea how to grab those coins.
That's suicide if you go for a coin.
Yeah, the computers always grab the coins with like 100% accuracy, but every time I've tried, I have ended up dead.
Sometimes worth the coin, because if you lose the game, you're not going to get any coins. So you might as well just take the coin and that's it.
It's true.
I'm going to use that strat from now on, actually.
Not a bad strat if you know you're going to take the L. What's your next mini game?
How about Bombsketball?
Ooh, Bombsketball. That is a 2v2 mini game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally it's NBA Jam.
You're just hooping. That's very dumbed down version of a game that's already kind of dumb, called NBA Jam. And you take a bomb, you throw it in the hoop. Bombsketball.
Simple.
How about you?
Simple. My next game is Tightrope Treachery.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think it's unique. I don't think they really brought it back, and it's just like a fun game. I felt like it was really balanced. It's a 1 versus 3, and basically what you are is you're a person walking a tightrope, and you have to reach the end, and your balance is very not great. And meanwhile, the 3 players against you are in little ships firing cannonballs at you. Now, the cannonballs have like the worst flight patterns and unpredictable arcs from what I can tell. And it is really balanced, because I've seen it both ways, where people either just get knocked off right away or just make it across with no issues.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think being the one... not again, but as we both know, it depends who your teammates are in a game like that, because if you have easy or normal computers, chances are they don't know what they're doing, and trying to beat one person on the tightrope by yourself is pretty difficult. So that's a raw, difficult game. But I think they remade that in 2 or 3, and they called it Rainbow Run, where it's like the same concept. I can't remember if that's in 2 or 3 though.
I think that might be 3.
I think so too. 3 has 3 extra unlockable games. Has the Star game. I think it has Rainbow Run, and then it has that Dizzy Dingies game that I didn't know about until I started doing homework for this episode, and I was like, oh, I gotta unlock that, and then I forgot, and now I know what I'm doing when we wrap up this episode.
I totally forgot about the special mini games. Totally forgot about them.
I always do, because you never play them.
Literally, you never play them because you're always playing a party mode. The last game that I have on my list is Bobsled Run.
No, it's a good one.
It's just it's a downhill race. It's a button masher to start the race, and then you're just trying to steer your bobsled to the end of an icy course. If you fall off, you lose. And it's a 2v2, so it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of like communication involved, a lot of yelling at each other. I'm sorry, Dad, I didn't go left.
You were never a varsity athlete.
Did you have another game?
Yeah, I do want to say too, because I'm a little snob and I have to correct you. Sorry. I think in Mario Party 3, once you unlock Rainbow Run, it gets unlocked in Party Mode too, so it'll come up as an available 1v3 mini game. I'm not sure about the Dizzy Dingies game because I haven't unlocked it yet, but I'll let you know next episode. We always say we're going to do that, and we never forget.
Never.
In my Mario Party 1 last favorite game is Bowl Over.
Okay. That's a classic.
Classic. Can't go wrong. You're just bowling with Koopa shells, and you gotta knock the pins, but the pins got the bad guys' faces on them, bad guys being your opponents, and you get 2 balls, like a frame of bowling, and the goal is to really knock 2 people out with 1 ball, ideally all 3, but it's pretty hard to do that, so you try to hit 2 with 1, and then regular pins are just a coin, and then on your last ball, you have so much control, too, the tightness of, like, spinning the... I think it's better in 2 because I think they brought it back in 2 and it's a little more polished as is the entire game. But yeah, Bowl Over.
Yeah, we'll get there.
That's it for me, baby.
Now I will say there I wanna mention a couple of mini games that are actually the worst mini games of all time. Tug of War is maybe one of the worst mini games in a Mario Party or just any game in general because it is a hand destroyer. It is one of those games where you have to rotate the control stick. Nintendo 64 had a control stick that was really rough on supple 9-year-old palms, such as mine. So I ended up with blisters on the palms of my hands playing this game. But I feel like Tug of War, Paddle Battle, and there may have been 1 or 2 more games where you had to rip the control stick. I can't even think of any others, but maybe Castaways, just not great.
Yeah, a lot of hand destruction.
And I'm surprised neither of us said this, but there's 2 mini games here that I think like deserve honorable mention.
Sure.
Bumper Balls, just as like a legacy pick.
Yeah.
It's probably like it's probably the most iconic Mario Party mini game. And there's one game that just destroys me every time I don't know that I've ever beaten it. It's called Limbo Dance. It is a 1-player mini game. I hate it so much. It makes me want to cry every time.
Another game you think you would just get a meatball, hit a home run kind of deal, but nope, can't do it, can't find the rhythm, I'm dead. Like, every time I've ever played it, I feel the same way.
Every time. It makes no sense to me. It's probably why I've probably never been able to defeat the single-player mode, which is Minigame Island, which just tasks you with playing every single minigame and winning them all.
Seems hard.
A little difficult. It ends with Slot Car Derby, so of course it's difficult.
Wow, yeah, always so hard at the end. Oh, Mario Party 1 Slot Car Derby, that sounds like hell.
Yeah. What's your favorite map, by the way, in Mario Party 1?
Favorite map, I think I gotta go with Yoshi's Tropical Island, just for the aesthetic. I feel calm when I'm there, even though nothing else about the game is very calming.
I do love that inner tube that you can get from Bowser.
Oh, yeah, he's such a meanie in Mario Party 1.
30 coins!
A real piece of shit.
You land at Bowser's fake star space, and you get a 30-coin Dirty Dan surprise.
And he calls you fat.
Not great.
He's just like, oh, wrong size, you need to lose some weight.
And meanwhile, Yoshi just whistles in the saddest possible way. Because this was back when Yoshi used to whistle instead of go like beep pow.
Someone clip that, please. Put that everywhere. Beep out.
Exactly. My favorite level was Peach's birthday cake.
Classic.
I loved the random roulette aspect right off the bat, where you possibly could end up in Bowser Land immediately. and I think the piranha plants are such like a dirty thing. They're basically like, I feel like they're like what were the caps? They were basically like capsules from later Mario parties.
Yeah,
but they were
like traps.
Yeah, but they were so broken.
Yeah, they stole stars, didn't they?
I think they stole like half of your coins or something like that.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it was something wild. It's just a good level. By the way, Peach's Birthday Cake and Yoshi's Tropical Island both coming to Mario Party All-Stars for the Switch.
That's broken. Is that the name of it, All-Stars? I thought it was Superstars.
Oh, maybe it's Mario Party Superstars and I'm a dumb boy.
You're not a dumb boy.
I'm a dumb boy.
You just gotta do your studyings. You gotta hit the books.
You ready to talk about Mario Party 2?
Yes, and by hit the books, I mean play more video games.
No, Mario, I don't know how to read.
Mario Party 2. This is Bill's favorite in the first three, so I'm going to let him take over.
Absolutely. Came out beginning of the year in 2000. Mario Party 2 is the follow-up to Mario Party. Really, if you look at it, it is... If someone were to remake Mario Party 1 a year later and just cleaned up some of the garbage, it would be Mario Party 2. Mario Party 2 features six all new maps. The cool thing about this game is whenever you're playing on a map, all your characters are dressed up in like a little costume that matches the map. It's the only Mario Party to ever do this, and it's kind of a shame that they never brought it back. It was a really like fun idea. You play as the same group of 6. It's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Wario, and DK.
Yoshi.
They tweaked some of the items. I feel like they fixed the mini games where if you win a mini game, you win your 10 coins, but if you lose a mini game, you're not losing any coins. And Boo's still broken, but we like that. Not gonna lie. But the maps were a little bit more dynamic. They were a little bit bigger, and all of the mini games, a lot of them are runbacks from the original game, but there's a handful of games that are new, and the remakes are tweaked to be improved, and the new games are pretty fun. And it's my favorite one. It's the game that I've played the most. It introduced items to the series, including the iconic mushroom, which lets you roll 2 dice blocks, and the magic lamp, which takes you to a star. And it's a fun time.
Agreed.
Tony, what are your favorite mini games in this wonderful adventure?
I like Shell Shocked a lot.
Okay, they actually renamed Shell Shocked for the I think it's coming back for Superstars.
They renamed it?
Yeah, they did. They renamed it to Tanks a Lot, I believe.
Oh, that's funny though. All right, I'll give them a pass. That's funny.
But Shell Shocked, you play as, it's a 4-player minigame. You play as 4 people in a tank, and you have what, 2 hit points?
Yeah, you're all in separate corners.
The goal is to be the last one standing. You're shooting each other with tanks in a little 3D arena. It's a fun time.
It's fun. Yeah, there's little stuff you could use little pipes and walls you could use to kind of protect yourself. You could do a lob shot or a straight shot, and it's a real good game. Real good game.
You can do some strafing.
Yeah, you could strafe a little bit.
Yeah, it's honestly, Shell Shocked is one of the more deep mini games with like actual like metas you can apply.
Yeah. How about you? Give me a. I have a ton for Mario Party 2.
I went with Hexagon Heat.
Okay.
Hexagon Heat is a legacy pick. Toad Says, I think, is the first from Mario Party. But you're playing on literally 7 hexagons over a pool of lava, and each one is a different color. Toad holds up a flag. It's a 4-player minigame. Last one, or you just got to get to the tile before the rest of the tiles drop into the lava. Last person standing wins. It's a platformer. It's good.
See, I like that game a lot because I feel like I'm pretty good at stuff like that, but I hate the fact that you could mess with each other. So, he'll hold up the yellow flag and I'll run to it, and then someone will get there and I'll land on their head, and now you're in this weird, like, bouncing midair kind of like, oh, am I landing? Yep. Am I going to land? And I've lost like 90% of the games of that.
Oh, the whole meta is to force people into the air because it's so uncomfortable up there.
Yeah, I hate it. But part of the game, and it's a good one. I like this. Now, this is a remake too, except this one is hugely, is that a word? Much better in Mario Party 2 for one reason. The name of the game is Shy Guy Says, and basically, you're all floating in the air. You each have a little balloon that's holding you up in the sky, and you have this archer, Shy Guy, or I think in the second one it's a pirate ship or something. It doesn't matter.
The pirate ship is the first one. He's like a little Cupid in the sky in the second one.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you're on your deathbed either way, basically, and and this little monster is in complete control of your life or death determination here, and or decision. And basically, he holds up a flag. If he holds up the white flag, there's an A on it. You hit the A button. If he holds up the B flag, it's a red flag with a B on it. Not an animal bee or bug, but the letter B, silly goose. And then you hit B. And basically, you do that. It gives you a good window to hit it. Even if someone else hits it before you, you can still hit it. That's fine. Except sometimes...
He's a dirty dog, isn't he?
He sure is, Bill. Because sometimes in the first one, he'll throw up both flags at the same time, and then he'll do a little fakie. But in the second one, he does what I call the double fakie, and that's your bread and butter. Does
he go like left, right, left?
Yeah, he'll be like A, B, putting B down. Oh, putting A down, actually. You shouldn't have thought I was only going to go for the single fakie. That's where you make your money. Yeah, and they only have that Mario Party 2, and that is makes a world of difference because my friend and I, while we were taking notes, I was taking notes and I forced him to play. Asked him to play with me. We played the Shy Guy Says from Mario Party 1 for like 10 minutes because we just wouldn't die, and then I died, and I was like, what a waste of time that was.
Oh, wow. Like, that'll just keep going, huh? He doesn't do the double fakeroo?
There's no double fakeroo, bro. So it's just, it's so easy to just get in the rhythm, and it's pretty forgiving with if someone hits it first. It's not like, they hit it first, you lost. It's like, all right, I'm a little late to the party, but the door's still open, so let's have another round and show me a single fakie, and we'll do this until 4 in the morning, and then I will get tired and lose. Your turn.
I like it. I like Toad in the Box.
I love Toad in the Box.
Toad in the Box is kind of a rhythm game. You're standing on a pedestal and you have a dice block over you, and the dice block is rotating between 4 images. It's a 4-player minigame, and there is a Toad, a Bowser, a Piranha Plant, and a Chain Chomp, and you want to hit the Toad block 5 times to win. However, each successive hit you hit with Toad, the dice rolls a little bit faster, so it's harder to make the hit. So it gets really frantic on like the level 4 and 5 blocks, and I do like it when it kind of has that like little bit of a random aspect at the end.
Yeah, that 5th block is real hard to hit. The first 4 are all relatively like, all right, I got it. But the 5th one, you're like, all right, I'm closing my eyes and praying right now.
Just ripping it.
I do like
what you
that
got?
game. That's
fun.
I'm in the green with win percentage on that game, which is pretty rare.
So we just finished talking about Toad in the Box. Tony, what is your next game?
Do you know what game I love? Dizzy Dancing.
Dizzy Dancing, it's fun. It is a 4-player game. It is a short game. It's one of the quickest mini games out there. Tell them how it goes.
You're like it's like drunk Jack in the Box kinda. There's just like da 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 da, except all your characters are all a little boozed up, and basically you have to jump on a platform and then jump and achieve I think it's like a music note on top of the.
It's like a little treble clef.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a treble clef. Yeah, it's just a big mushroom with a treble clef, or if you prefer, probably not the pro strat. There are little mushrooms around the big mushroom that you could jump on one of those and then jump on the big mushroom. But I think you can get on the main one without it. But basically,
wait, mushrooms?
Yeah, I think there's.
I thought Dizzy Dancing was the one where you're on a record.
Oh, you are on a record. What am I talking about then?
You know what? I think there's a mini game in one of the GameCube ones where you do have to jump up onto mushrooms. There's like a second layer, but it is very similar to Dizzy Dancing.
Oh man, now I'm tripping out trying to remember. Hold on, now I gotta look it up. Now I'm not gonna be able to continue the podcast until I figure this out, because that's a huge blunder right there. What am I talking about? Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're on a record. So what am I talking about with the mushroom? What game is that?
My guess is that's Mario Party 5, maybe?
I could have sworn there was something like that earlier on, but alright, irrelevant.
Maybe 4?
I think it was N64 era, but I can't. Man, I gotta go play through all the games again, or just go on the Wikipedia and look up all the games. But you're right, it is the music note, and basically you jump up onto a record, and then you just have to get the note. Seems easy, except because you're all intoxicated and whatnot. You're so dizzy from spinning around on the record, and you get flung off of it, that the control stick doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Every input is a different direction, so you basically have to figure out which way is the way you need to go, which is just like a straight diagonal to the note.
And I feel like it's randomized too, like what direction you're going to be facing.
I think
like what direction your controls go, rather.
Yeah, it is every time. So you pretty much just I pretty much just always hold like down, or like if I'm on the top, I'll hold up and hope that it just sends me like diagonally straight to it. But it's kind of a chance game, but it's also, if no one else lucked out on the first input, you could kind of like quickly recover and try to get there. It's a fun game.
It is a fun game.
How about
my next game that I like is Look Away.
Ooh.
Look Away is a 1 versus 3 minigame, and the concept is just like it says. You want to look away. The one person is trying to look the same direction as the 3 other players, and the goal is to not be looking the same direction as the one. As long as you survive, 5 rounds, you win?
5 rounds, because it's so damn impossible for the one person.
And you can go up, down, left, right, or straight ahead. And you know what? I feel like this one's pretty close. Like I feel like the one isn't at a severe disadvantage.
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like you could change. When I say you could change at the last second, I mean like millisecond. You could be like left, no down, no up. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like so hard to copy some. I feel like most of the time it's just like a roll of the dice, kind of. Be like, oh, I hope I do nothing, and then I'm going to change at the last second, hope they change into the same thing that I do, and also that they're not fast enough to then change again. For me, it's tough.
That's fair.
And I noticed that we haven't, besides Crazy Cutter and Facelift, we haven't picked the same game so far, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's because Mario Party 2 is just, it's got such a good set of mini games. There are very few bad ones. My next, what was your next one?
I got Filet Relay.
Oh, Filet Relay. I almost picked that, actually, instead of Look Away, so I'm glad we're talking about it.
I love it. You're just a big penguin or little penguins, and you gotta get a piece of fish to mama penguin and doing something by yourself is way easier than doing it with two other people. But if you gotta, you gotta. So it's a 1v3.
And what do you're just ripping the A button, but you have to not hit it too fast or you'll slip and fall over.
Exactly. And there's some little obstacles, like guys throwing snowballs at one point, little hills, and yeah, it's fun. It's not too crazy, but it's a good tempo game, and it's like Rockin' Raceway, kinda. I think that's in number 3, but yeah, you have to keep a good tempo, but not go too fast, otherwise you get punished for that too. I love that game. What do you got?
It's a good one. I got Balloon Burst.
I like Balloon Burst.
It's simple. It's a 2v2 minigame. You're trying to blow up a balloon the fastest, and you're alternating. It's either like A and Z or A and B, and you just have to pump in a good rhythm, and first team to blow up the balloon wins.
I love that game. Nothing wrong with that.
And it's funny because as the balloon inflates, the character you're inflating, I think it's Bowser in this one, his face like gets more and more distorted and like in pain as you're inflating, so it's really funny.
He looks very, very constipated.
It's so funny.
And then he goes boom, and then you have to clean up his poo.
It's pretty gross.
It's actually a second mini game. It's like a 2-part. Alright, never mind. Next game is Archer Rival.
Ooh, I hate Archer Rival.
It's pretty hard for the 3 people because you have computers that basically one person, the one is an archer, and they're shooting arrows. They load an arrow, shoot an arrow at 3 little moving pieces of wood with characters on them. And there's also like 2 extra pieces that are just like computers, and they will block you and get you killed, basically. And if you hit them as the archer, you get an extra coin, I think. But it's crucial that you don't hit them, because as you're trying to strafe, they will follow you and block you into the corner, and then you will lose. And yeah, right. I like it.
As long as the archer doesn't take out the Boo and the Bowser Jr., you're usually in a good spot because they'll trap you pretty easily.
Yeah, that's a good game.
And if you're playing with computers, it's even worse because like you can't communicate with them and they will trap you.
Yes, they will. I love how we're going into all like the advanced strats that we use for each of these mini games. It's just people would be like, "Yeah, Mario Party is so fun. There's like games in it and a board, and and then Mario Party 2."
It's all about the mini games.
Oh, it's entirely. The rest of the game is dice rolling, cockamamie, garbage, and luck, and it's not. It's very dice rolling dependent. I think it all comes down to the mini games and the battle mini games, and
absolutely.
Yeah, that wasn't meant to be a mean impression of anyone particularly. That's just how some, simple-minded, non-serious gamers would. They're not simple-minded. They're nice people. Some not as intense gamers as your boy over here and I would probably describe a game such as this. Next game, what do you got?
All right, last game. This was tough because there's a lot of good games to pick from still. But the last game that I picked was Speed Hockey.
Yes! I hope you're going to say that because I have 2 left, and Speed Hockey's one of them.
Oh, man. Speed Hockey, it is a... What is the best way to describe it? It is like a foosball hockey top-down style game, 2v2. You have 2 guys on a vertical slider, and you have to protect your goal. You have a red shell bouncing around kind of haphazardly, and it's kind of like Pong with 2 paddles, and it's just a lot of fun. You get to work with a teammate, and after like 2 or 3 ricochets, that shell is going furiously.
There's no game that I've lost more times that I like as much as Speed Hockey. Can't win for the life of me.
So fun though, every time.
Love it to death.
What's your
That death is every time I play it, actually. And, I guess my last game, I wrote specifically all of the duel mini games because they're all good and all board specific, which I think is really cool. And you can't go wrong with any of them most of the time. They're just all great. I don't know if you want to go into describing them, but
they're just 1v1 mini games where it's usually some sort of, either button mashing, button combination pressing, timing, and you put a wager on these battles. They usually happen towards the end of the game. During the last 10 turns, if you land on the same space as another player, you can challenge them to a duel. And they're a lot of fun. My favorite of them is Time Bomb, which is trying to get as close to 0 as possible on a timer that is invisible. Tony, do you have a favorite duel minigame?
They're all good. I love that one, and I love them all. Honestly, they're all so good. They're so good.
I do want to give honorable mention to one that just I feel like is it like maybe one of the more iconic ones out of this game that we didn't really talk about, and that was Bowser's Big Blast. It's a battle minigame.
Oh, don't start with that.
It is one of the worst minigames because it is completely random, and it is a free-for-all, last man standing. There are 5 levers, and one of the 5 levers is attached to a giant bomb in the background. And players take turns pressing levers until the bomb explodes, and then when that player is eliminated, the game resets with 1 fewer lever, and last person standing wins the battle minigame, and there is no strategy here.
None. Pick a color.
Completely random.
How bad? That really just gives you an entire look at the game, in its entirety when they throw a game in there like that. They're just like, oh yeah, this is how much luck is in this game.
Right.
We have games like this. But, I don't know, maybe you take the bad with the good, but I don't think a game like that needs to be in there.
And this is the game, by the way, that Rainbow Run is in.
Oh, it's in number 2?
It's in number 2, yeah.
Appreciate you. What are the 3? All right, let me wait until we get to Mario Party 3, but I'm pretty sure there are 3 unlockable games, and I want to know what those are.
But the last thing that I want to talk about is there was a single-player mode in this one as well. It was called the Minigame Coaster. It was very similar to Minigame Island, and you just went through all of the minigames, and the name of the game is to win him, and you got to get to the end of the coaster. And at the end, you play a version of Shell Shocked that is you versus 3 Bowser, called Baby Bowser Shell Shock.
Dude, my friend and I actually beat this, which was a huge accomplishment for us. We rotated.
That's awesome. That is a hard thing to do, especially if one of those mini games was Mecha Marathon.
Dude, I
suck so hard at that game.
Awful. I beat it, dude. I don't know how. I am awful at that game, and we literally took turns with games like I'm bad at Skateboard Scamper and games like that where you have to keep tapping A and then tap B or vice versa or whatever.
Yeah.
He took care of all those. I took care of some of the games that he wasn't as good at, and we literally got through it, and he was dumbfounded that I beat Mecha Marathon because he does a strat where he runs his fingers over A and B and goes left, center, right, back, center, left, and just basically skims the buttons with his fingers, and he says he could never beat it, and I just sat there and just tapped them at the same time, and we know better than anyone else our friend Tyler is a stud at
I was
Mecha
about
Marathon.
to say Tyler might be close to having the world record for Mecha Marathon. I'm not even exaggerating.
How the hell does he do that?
He is legendary at Mario Party 2, though. I'm not gonna lie. He has all of the strats down. He is ferocious, and Mecha Marathon is where he separates from the rest of the pack.
No chance. Don't even pick up the controller when you're playing that game against him.
Yeah, no, he's got you beaten by a country mile.
A darn country mile.
And this is definitely, of all the Mario Parties, this is the Mario Party I've played the most.
Okay, that's it's up there for me. Only to be beaten by another Mario Party.
Well, would you like to talk about that Mario Party?
Yeah, I do.
Alrighty. Well, coming up next is Mario Party 3, Tony's favorite Mario Party game. And it came out the very next year, 2001. It was the last game to come out for the Nintendo 64, Mario Party game, rather, to come out for the Nintendo 64. This game introduced 2 new characters as well. You could play as your classic Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Wario, Donkey Kong, but added in were Princess Daisy and my boy, Luigi. Of
Yoshi.
course. Yoshi's there. He's fine.
Thank you.
But he ain't no Waluigi, you know what I'm saying?
Stop that.
I'm just saying this game has 6 boards as well. No Bowser board, which is kind of a shocker. I feel like most other games have a Bowser board.
It's got that Waluigi board instead.
It do got that Waluigi board. Oh, last thing on Mario Party 2 real quick. What's your favorite board?
Ooh. Too late, we're on Mario Party 3. Just kidding. Western Land.
Oh, nice. I like Spaceland.
It's great. For me, it was between Western Land and Horrorland, but Western, I just like that repeating endless music, and Spaceland is great too. They're all good, really, right?
Yeah, tough to find a bad one there. But we got 6 boards here. We got a handful of new mini games. They have a dual mode, which they added. They have dual boards, which were 2v2 Mario Party board games, where you played all dual mini games, I'm guessing.
The dual games were 1v1s, actually. They were like, instead of landing on a space and battling, or maybe if you land on a space with someone, that's what initiates it, or getting a dual glove.
Well, did you play the dual boards?
Oh, yeah, those are like the... Yeah, that's like when you play the main story mode.
It was like a mini 1v1.
Yeah.
And they were in story mode as well, yeah.
Oh,
this game actually had a story mode, too, which is kind of cool.
That's what put it over the top for me. Sorry to misconstrue everything you were just saying, by the way.
You're good.
I'm sorry, dude. Do you not want to do this podcast with me anymore? Just say it.
It's over. I quit.
Are you kidding, dude? I'm sorry.
Fine. But I'm on thin ice.
Fine. What's your favorite board from Mario Party 3?
Favorite board from Mario Party 3? It's probably Woody Woods.
That's fair. I love Woody Woods. It's like the one I play the most,
choice.
But I actually...
I feel like it's the safe choice. I feel like it's like everybody's favorite sort of thing. Like it's the basic pick, but it's just a good level.
It is. It's really solid. It's not very gimmicky except for the arrows, and they are pretty detrimental to, if you succeed in the game or not. But aside from that... I don't know. I like Waluigi's Island the most, but I digress.
Island is cool.
And I only ask you that to get off the topic of you being angry at me, but Mario Party 3 did introduce story mode, and I think this is why it's my favorite, because it just everything about it. Let me. I think this is the best way I could put it. There is. Besides the game inherently being luck-based, in the game being what it is, I don't think there's anything wrong with Mario Party 2. I think
Mario
it's
Party
just
2
like
or Mario Party 3?
Mario Party 2. Like, I preface this with that because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's like Pokemon Blue and Red, you know what I mean? But then Gold and Silver
I think Mario Party 2 just kind of like cleaned up and perfected what Mario Party 1 wanted to be.
Yeah.
And Mario Party 3 kind of evolved on that.
Exactly. It's just like, you know what? Nothing wrong with this, but we could take it a step up even somehow. And kind of like Pokemon Generations, right? Like 1 is like a 10 out of 10, but 2 and 3 are also both 10s. Like somehow Mario Party 3 was like, alright, yeah, we got it, but with the times, somehow we're still on 64. It's been 1 year, but now here's a story mode, some kind of like cut scenes where you're talking to different characters and trying to figure out this very, very basic but neat to have in the game storyline. And then you have the battle, like the dual maps where you're playing 1v1, which is a completely different dynamic. You get partners and they attack, and one's in the front, you can put them in the back, and they have different stats, and that just put the game to like a whole nother level for me. And I actually, humble brag, years and years ago, probably in my Diddy Kong racing ramp when I was trying to beat that game. I actually beat Mario Party 3 on very hard, the whole story
Ooh,
mode, which took
dang.
a little while, but yeah, I was like, this is my favorite Mario Party. I really think I could do it, and after 4 years, I did it. No, I'm just kidding. After like a month or so, I think I finally did it, but love this game.
I think it has the best variety of mini games as well. I think it's got, because a lot of the mini games, especially like in Mario Party 1, have like, there's very few mechanics involved, so they can get a little repetitive, even if it's different mini games. And 2 just basically was a better version of 1. 3 really went into the mini games and decided to like change it up and really add a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
which was really cool. What's your favorite? What are your favorite mini games here?
Oh, all right, here we go. Snowball Summit.
Snowball Summit's great. It's a 4-player mini game. That's the snowball fight one, right?
Oh yeah, you
So good.
build a snowball and you gotta hit someone with it, but they could build one at the same time, and if they hit each other, even if yours is bigger than theirs, unless it's much bigger than theirs, most of the time they will cancel out. Otherwise, if it's like really big and you go to hit them, it'll just knock them off this mountain and then they're gone. And yeah, sometimes you could just kind of hit them with a plethora of small ones to mess up their rhythm. There's a little well, strat in there, I think, right? And it's I don't know, the
Yeah.
computers mostly get in the way as they do, but it's still one of my favorites.
It's a solid one. I like it. That one's making a return into Superstars as well.
Yes.
My pick here is Frigid Bridges.
Yes, dude.
I love platformy type mini games, and Frigid Bridges is a 4-player mini game where you have to run along a very thin, narrow path, trying to build a bridge using 2 blocks to get to this center island, and you have to go over this winding path with Cheeps trying to jump at you and everything, and it is just a fun platforming game. Really, just it's one of my favorites for sure.
I love it. It's not on my list, but that is a game where I feel very comfortably playing, and yeah, I love that game. I think my favorite game in the whole game, and this is just kind of biased because I like golfing, but Chip Shot Challenge. It's
on my list.
Yes, bro.
Chip Shot Challenge is so good. Tell them what it is.
It is so oddly difficult, but basically you are on a little island and you have one chance. You have 1 meter that controls accuracy and power, and you have to hit a ball as close to, if not into, a golf hole on a separate island. And yeah, basically it's either flat, and that's pretty easy, or it's a hill, but either way, it's still pretty hard because it's hard to line up the shot, and if you go first, you're really in trouble. And but it's your golf, and you get a nice try at a hole-in-one, and I love the damn game.
Tony gets to play Mario Golf in Mario Party 3, and that's actually why it's his favorite game.
I think we're going to have a lot of the same games in this list, actually.
Man. My pick is Mario's Puzzle Party.
Good one.
I mean, it's Tetris Attack, basically, but in a quick Mario Party minigame format. You know, it's a 4-player minigame. It's very Tetris-y, where blocks are coming down, and it's just color matching. You can swap your block colors around, and first to 100 points is the winner.
I'm going to be honest with you right now.
Yeah.
I hold down the entire time. That's all I do is just hold down from the second that game's, and I've won that game like 7 to 8 out of 10 times. It's
hey, if
broken.
it works. If it works. That's so funny. What do you got next?
I got Waterworld.
Okay.
Might be my favorite game, actually, over Chip Shot Challenge. Something, basically, you're just racing little...
Like toy boats?
Toy boats, yeah, but it's like... The feel of it is you have to take the turn a certain way, but you're still coasting on the water, so you don't get to brake like a typical what's it called when you're going on
It
when
it
you're
almost
racing.
it almost looks like a like those old like Micro Machine racing games
Yes, yes.
where it was like that isometric top down ish race where like even though the course is turning to the right because of the way you're driving, you still have to turn left sort of thing.
Yes, exactly. The mechanics are a little bit different from like a slot car derby kind of feel, and
Right.
you have to work on your acceleration and braking is in rhythm, with your turning and stuff. And I'm pretty sure, and this is something I didn't find out until I was looking up the game list, but there's a game called Dizzy Dingies. I guess it's an unlockable game, and it looks just like a fuller version, like a broader like track of Waterworld. It looks like you're in the same car, and it looks like it's just
It
like
looks
a
like
time
the same
thing.
boat. Yeah.
I really want to unlock it. That's something I'm gonna do tonight, actually, for sure, and we'll talk
Oh,
about it.
nice. Oh, perfect.
But yeah, I love Waterworld. That might be my favorite game.
Nice.
How about you?
My next game that I have here is Eats a Pizza,
Yeah.
baby.
Yes, that's on mine.
Eats a Pizza is a 2v2 minigame. It is a spiritual successor to Buried Treasure, which is a minigame in the first game. It's a 4-player minigame where you are digging through a path and trying to get to a treasure box. Eats a Pizza takes the same exact concept, except it is first person to eat, or first team to eat their half of the pizza pie are declared winners. And it's just such a fun game.
You gotta
To
get
eat
every last crumb, bro. You gotta.
every crumb, every crumb. The computers always miss a bite.
They're not
Always.
paisans.
They are not paisans. They are not your friends, even a little bit.
Even when they're
Hate
on
it.
your team, it is just
Oh,
yelling.
it's even worse when they're on your team.
Yeah, you just expect so much more.
It's rough stuff. Real rough stuff.
What do you think about Locked Out? Did that make your list?
Locked Out?
Locked Out is great. Basically, there are 4 players and 3 doors and 3 keys that work with the corresponding doors. So the door might have a star on it, and then there are 8 keys dropped on a board, and 3 of them will have stars on it, and then some will have mushrooms and like a flower
It's like a
head.
musical chairs type.
It's kind of like that, but you basically have to be the quick. Yeah, everyone picks a chair pretty much, except in this case it's a key. So, I mean, if you spawn all the way to the right and there are keys to the left, you're kind of in trouble.
In trouble, yeah.
But you can attack people in the game, so it's like, alright, are we going to go after the same key? Am I safe to just get the key, and if I run to a door, I claim that door, I'm on to the next round? Or is someone going to go after it? I don't have a chance at it, should I just wait until they get it and then try to hit them? Which is pretty hard to do, but it's just its own, like a lot of these games, it's its own little intricate, very well done game that
Right.
you have to put some skill into, and I really like those games, and I think the games that are like that in Mario Parties and all Mario Parties, and there are a lot of them, I think they just make Mario Party what it is. I think it makes it a playable game strictly because of the good mini games.
Absolutely. And there's a reason that a lot of these mini games are coming back to Superstars, man. God, I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah, I am too. We gotta play that when it comes out. Could we
Oh,
please do that?
Yes, 100%.
I don't
Absolutely
care about
would.
winning or losing. I don't want to think about that and be like, oh, but
I just want to play.
Yeah, I just
We gotta
wanna
we gotta get
play.
like Tyler and Maddie and just have the 4 of us go ham or something.
That'd be great. Yeah, we could definitely definitely find people to play with. That's not a problem.
Oh my gosh. So my last game, by the way, is TikTok Hop.
Such a good one.
It's a dual mini game, 1v1, and you are on a clock face, and it is the same clock face as TikTok Clock from Super Mario 64. And you are on the big hand, which is slowly rotating, while the little hand quickly rotates, and you have to jump over the little hand, and it gets real hectic towards the end. Apparently, the game can end in a draw if everybody reaches 99 jumps, which does not happen. Pretty
Pretty rare. Pretty damn rare. That is on my list as well, actually. Except I wrote TikTok clock, like the Mario Kart map.
The level. Yeah.
But yeah, I love that one. And I think I had three more on here. Log Jam is one of them, where someone puts a log down and it's either A, B, or Z, and then you hit that button, and then the other person has an axe, and you hit that button, and you chop the wood in half. I think that game's great. I like Storm Chasers. It's a battle game where there's a cloud that's raining, and you're holding a piranha plant, and you're trying to follow the cloud and catch the rain to help your piranha plant grow, but there are Monty moles coming from the ground, and if you hit one of them, you'll trip and fall. And I don't know if you lose water, but you definitely lose time, and I don't know, you kind of have to strat that, like, oh, it's going to change direction, the cloud, or it's going to bounce off that wall when it hits the invisible boundary, and I love that game. And my last game, probably my favorite out of all of them, is Vine with Me. It's a 1v1 where you're just swinging from vine to vine, but some are longer,
through vines.
Some are shorter, and that's it. And you just got to time it out, and sometimes you could skip a vine if you're pro, and last one to the end, first one to the end is the winner. Last one is a friggin' loser. What else do you want me to say? If you don't make it, that's it. Sorry, bro.
Damn.
Sorry.
I feel like a real loser.
No, you don't, dude.
You know what game is like that, and it makes you feel terrible when you're stuck with a computer? Picking Panic.
Oh yeah, you need a good teammate.
You need a good teammate for that one. It is basically that might be like my least favorite mini game when a computer's involved. Is Picking Panic. It is not good. I also don't love Cheap Chase.
Awful game. Another skateboard scamper.
I feel like it is the worst skateboard scamper of the three. Just because like the physics are a little weird and the hitboxes are wonky as heck.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my least favorite games too.
Can't wait for that one to come to Mario Party Superstars, launching October 29th on Nintendo Switch.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why? See? The 90-10 rule.
The 90-10 rule of Nintendo strikes again.
You have like 1,000 mini games. How about don't put the bad ones in?
Except what if people actually like that mini game is the problem.
I know, yeah, that's the argument. I
should
guess
just
I can't
be
say that.
It should just be Bill and Tony pick the games.
Thank you.
It's what we've been saying for years.
Anything
else you'd like to add about Mario Party 3? Capping off the Nintendo 64 library of Mario Party games.
I don't think so. I really like the way we kind of gave an overview of the game and how they started and improved on one another, and then, went down into the mini games, which I think we both can agree on are the most important part of Mario parties. So I think I like the way we covered it. I feel good about our descriptions. I feel like new listeners or new Mario Party players would get a good understanding, and I am good.
Me too, man. If you have any chance to play one of the 3 Nintendo 64 games on the original hardware, definitely go for it. But if you do own a Nintendo Switch, Mario Party All-Stars is coming out at the end of the month. It's
Superstars.
Mario Party Superstars. I'm going to call it Mario Party All-Stars until the day I die, I swear to God. I'm just not... It's just not going to land for me ever.
That's all right.
I will take that to the grave. So wag of the finger to me for mispronouncing Mario Party Superstars on the regular.
I won't wag my finger at you, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Tony, you got a tip of the hat?
Not this week. Sorry. Maybe next week.
It's all wags. It's all wags.
It's all wags. No, tip of the hat to the nice boys at GameStop that hooked me up with a really cool promo posters that they had of Charmander and Squirtle. The other employee took the Bulbasaur, but I've been going into GameStop saying you have a 25th anniversary Pikachu poster in the front. When you guys take those down, is there any way to go about like asking for that or claiming that? And they're just like, most of the time with posters, they're just like, oh yeah, we could take your name and number, and when we take it down, we'll call you. And I'm like, thanks so much. This time, like 5 GameStops are like, oh, sorry, someone already claimed it. Like day one, it was claimed.
Right.
And one employee was like, do we still have the other ones in the back? Would you mind go checking, and the kid went and checked. Comes out with these fly ass posters that they had above the counter in the back, and now your boy's got a couple nice posters. You could see what they look like on my Instagram at the Poker Rapper. That's also my TikTok.
They look cool as heck, and I'm not gonna lie, your Switch collection that you have on your Instagram looks fly. So
Dude,
definitely go check out Tony's page at the Poker Rapper. The man's also on TikTok, so show him some love, guy.
Thank you. I kind of feel weird when I make a TikTok and then I just put it on Instagram. I feel like that's kind of like dirty, but
cheating.
Yeah, kind of, but I don't know. I'm starting to dig TikTok more. Like, I don't know what happened. I have 3,000 followers on Instagram. My pictures get 20 likes, you know? So, like, where are all these people, you know? Where'd you go? Everyone went to TikTok.
It's because that Instagram algorithm changed. Everything got real weird with it.
Really?
It all. Listen, I blame them getting rid of the new image feature where you could search by most recent posts. Because that's where you were able to find
that.
They got rid of it during the election cycle to like prevent whatever. So, but like ever since then, like I don't think Instagram has ever really recovered.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah, I remember in 2014 when I really started getting into it, I like loved Instagram, and then it was really, really good progress. Getting followers felt like cool about if I ever did something to promote, and I'm like, oh, I have stuff to promote. Oh, it's gone. Can't do it now. So I'm like, all right, but I don't know. Wag of the finger to Instagram, I guess.
Tip of the hat to just again to the folks behind Animal Crossing. You know, you might have heard of them, a small company called Nintendo. Just for really blessing the Animal Crossing universe with everything that they deserve. And also a backdoor wag of the finger for charging other people $49.99 for Nintendo Switch Online, with the feature being Animal Crossing DLC.
Interesting chess move, Nintendo. One that I don't like.
Call that one the 50-50 rule.
50% of the game for you, $50 more for us.
Oh no, that actually works, and I hate it.
Shout out to Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh no, the game's only good if you pay $90 to play it.
Dude, that conversation, we hadn't talked in like a year, and then we talked about that forever. We're just like, it's a subpar $60 experience, good $90 experience. And I was like, dude, weren't Fire Red and Leaf Green like $40, and those games are absolutely insane?
They are. Fire Red and Leaf Green may be like the best, like the most jam-packed remakes. Like
my favorite, one of them,
Red. They're so good. Haven't played either one of them in over a decade easily, but I miss them.
Yeah, I think Fire Red's the Pokemon main series game that I've played the most actually in my life.
Wow. It's probably, for me, probably Gen 3, probably Emerald.
Wow, yeah, that's great. I didn't have Emerald growing up, so when I got it, years ago, I played it, and I was like, wow, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It is a really fun one.
I actually... Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, you.
I have two more wags, actually, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about your wags.
Couple more. We got Sonic, Arby's thing, we got the Nintendo Online, we got Instagram. That was kind of spur of the moment, but that's fine. And then a couple more, one off topic, one on somewhat. I want a huge wag, and I don't know whose decision this was, but Dollar Tree has announced that they are going to be increasing their prices, and some things are going to be over $1.
What?
This is... Yep. You didn't hear about this?
But I'm ready to burn this mother down.
You drive up in your Mercedes. How could you do that?
I'm pissed off now.
Dude, Family Dollar, Dollar General, all these stores, Five Below, like, they're not... Five Below is a stupid one to throw in there, but all those stores that have dollar in the name all sell stuff for more than $1, except Dollar Tree. Forever, it's been either $1 or less. but now they are falling victim to whatever kind of inflation or anything that's happening, and wow, what a heartbreaker for me. I love that store,
Ugh.
and now I don't know, man. That's a tough one for me to
I'm
swallow.
sorry. That's tragic. Hate that.
That's all. I don't want to start crying, so I'm just gonna go on to the last wag of the finger.
Yeah.
And last week we gave a big tip of the hat to who we call, and I quote, Daddy Sakurai. But
That's his name.
But a game came out a couple days ago, about a week ago, I think, actually, called Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen so far, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but a couple players playing it, like Melee pros, said that it's actually faster than Melee. And it looks like the text and the game mechanics are real good. And I didn't buy. First, I was all gung ho on it. I'm like, I'm gonna buy this game. I hope it's really, really good, better than Ultimate. And then I saw these Melee pros playing it, and I'm like, honestly, this is another game that I'm gonna get my ass kicked in. It doesn't matter if it's Melee or Ultimate or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or any fighting game. I'm bad at it. If it's even faster than Melee, I have even less of a chance. So I don't want the damn game. But I will say, it got me thinking, and I'm really upset that Ultimate took the path that it did, because the game has input lag, and Nintendo and Sakurai there are aware of it, and they did nothing to change it, and that really bothers me, because 90-10 rule, you did everything right, you made no one has ever come close to putting the amount of characters, especially from different IPs and different companies, into a single game. You managed to do all that, but you can't make the game, like, competitively as good, as close to perfect as it can be. It's literally input lag. Why is that in the game? Take it out and you have one of the best creations of all time. One of the best games ever made, and they won't fix it, and for that, that's awful. That's so bad. That just like tarnishes that entire game. And I was thinking about it all week.
They have a banned character already too.
Do they really?
Yeah, Michelangelo of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is banned because he has like an infinite jump and he can stall out any battle like for free.
Wow. Did you get that game?
I did not. I think the game looks terrible. I think it looks like aesthetic. Like it. Listen. It looks like trash. It looks like one of those like browser games that you see on Nick.com. Like, how is this a current gen game? It looks awful. There's no licensed music. There's no licensed voices. Everything about it seems like bad to me.
That's fair.
Not to be harsh about the game, but God, I just do not like what I'm looking at.
But does it play well? If people say that it plays really well, I could overlook literally everything else about it. All the aesthetics. I could be playing with literally any of the like characters that didn't make my characters that should be put in Smash list. Like, I don't know, Little Debbie, Mother Teresa.
If they don't add Guy Fieri to the roster via DLC, I don't want it.
I could fight with like different colored crayons if it's a good game. I wouldn't even care. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like, but
although how good would like a Food Wars fighting game? You have like Guy Fieri, you got your Aunt Jemima,
Gordon Ramsay.
Who else cooks?
That's it, I think.
That's it. Eric Cartman as Gordon Ramsay.
Ooh, chef.
Yeah. Exactly. Swedish Chef from the Muppets?
Ooh. Give me your best impression of him.
Bork, bork, dork, spork, bork, mork, dork, bork, horgschmorgen.
10 out of 10.
He speaks German, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know what language Swedish people speak. It's a burden. Tony, are we all out of wags at this point in time, or are we still wagging?
Oh, man. I have a couple more, but I have one more, but it's not. I literally have a couple more on the screen, but it's for another day. I think they could wait. They're for another day.
All right. I got I got one little tip of the hat to ease us out of this.
Too many.
Desperately
One
negative.
tip too many.
Listen, I got a tip to Taco Bell because they're bringing back the nacho cheese Doritos cheesy gordita crunch, baby. I love the cheesy gordita crunch. It's one of my favorite items at Taco Bell, and they are adding a Doritos Locos gordita crunch, where instead of a regular taco shell, it's a Dorito taco shell, and that is incredible.
That's fine. I like, as a vegetarian, that Taco Bell will substitute any other, I don't even know if it's real meat, but they'll substitute it with like black bean stuff, and I don't really like cheese. I don't really like tacos
Their black
that
bean
much.
stuff is actually good.
It makes me feel bad when I eat it, but it tastes okay.
Yeah, it doesn't taste bad. I sub out meat for beans on Crunch Wraps.
Okay.
And it's a pretty solid situation.
Huh. I haven't given up on Taco Bell, and I don't really ever eat there, except I love their breakfast burritos, the dollar ones, like the potato fiesta one. They have like their own crazy home fry that you just put with some egg and some tomato, no cheese, and a wrap. And
so good.
They used to be $1. Now they're like $1.50. That's fine, dude. Last time I went to Taco Bell, I get in line. There's no line. I pull up to the window. It's like 9:30 in the morning. No one in their right mind is going to Taco Bell at 9:30 in the morning. And I'm waiting I wait in line. I see the sign that says open. I wait. No one. I pull up to the window. No one. I'm like, all right, it's been like 5 minutes. I'm just like between the whole interaction that didn't exist. And I start to leave. I'm like, I guess I'm beat. And there's just an employee standing outside talking on their phone. And I'm just like, dude, one person is here. There's one person running the whole restaurant right where they're going to take the order and go cook it. And they're not even working. They're sitting on their phone. Taco Bell, wag of the finger. Nice save.
Wag.
Nice try trying to salvage all my wags with a tip. But guess what? I got a wag for that too, bro. I got wags for everything, bro.
Man. Ball's in your court, Taco Bell. How are you going to rectify these problems?
I'm not going back.
I'll be there tomorrow.
I went back once to a different one, but I'm mad about it. I'm not that happy about it.
Listen, our local Taco Bell, the one from near where you live, that Taco Bell is not a good Taco Bell.
I'm glad you think that. I'm glad you think that. Cause
it is a low-tier Taco Bell, and I do apologize that that's the one that you have to live with.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you.
So we are getting to the point of the podcast where we talk about the games that we played this week. Tony, what have you been playing?
I haven't really played anything. I've been organizing and selling and buying, and I went to Too Many Games, the convention in Philadelphia last weekend, and yeah, I've just been doing a lot of buying and selling, and yeah, a lot of buying. Actually, probably too much buying, but that's okay. I decided, here you go, drum roll please, I've decided to start a Wii U collection. I want every Wii U North American physically released game except Axiom Verge because I don't care about limited run stuff, but maybe I'll get it because there's only one for the Wii U. But there's 168 North American physical games for the Wii U, and I think they're going to be rare and sought after one day because Wii U is debatably Nintendo's worst system. So I already had like 40 games or so, I'm like, wow. You know what? I'm like, I can get them. They're all cheap, like except for the few that are a few $100. I was like, I'm gonna do it. So Wii U, DS, Japanese, Switch stuff. I'm got videos coming on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm just working on my collection, and that's what I've been doing. But what have you been playing? I know one game you've been playing.
One game I've been playing. Oh man, I am hooked on it. I actually just finished hard mode. Is Metroid Dread. We talked about it a little bit last week. It is a fantastic game. It was my first ever Metroid game, single player experience, 2D platforming adventure type game. And like the first time I beat the game, I felt like this huge rush, and then I was like, all right, I want to play the hard mode. Like I was able to conquer the normal mode. Let's go for it. And I will say the hard mode did this one thing that I really don't care for. I felt a little underwhelmed by the hard mode. The hard mode, and this isn't even like a brag. This is just like I feel like they could have done a better job, like game design wise. All they did was make it so you took more damage and you dealt less damage. And like they didn't adjust the enemy AI at all. All of everything else is identical. So, I mean, as long as you can avoid enemy hits, like the game is identically as easy. There may be there's a counter system in the game where you can counter enemy attacks. That window may be a little bit smaller in hard mode, but it not noticeable, I would say. So, as far as the game goes, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. As far as the hard mode experience goes, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. I was a little underwhelmed. But it was, I mean, it was really cool. I recommend it to anybody. I will say a little lean on the playtime. I did not 100% it, but I beat both game modes. The normal mode I beat in like 8 hours, and the hard mode I beat in like 5 hours. If you want a 20-hour game, I'd wait for a price drop probably. But it is a first-party Nintendo game, so buy a copy now before it's worth $200 in 5 years.
I like your subtle wags of the finger that you threw in there. Just kidding.
This is the wag episode.
Dude, they're all the wag episode with me. You got a nasty co-host. But no, that was a very nice review, and it seems like a fun game from what I've heard. Seems like a very solid Metroid game. One of the better ones. One of the best ones, probably. And I'm happy you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all you're playing?
Just dinking and dunking around in a little Hades still. And I was playing a little Mario Golf, too. Just trying to get some of the superstar clubs.
What's the reward for the monthly online?
Right now, it is the multicolored toads.
No, okay. I'm not gonna play for that.
Just like similar to how they did it with the Yoshis, they did the same thing with toads. But it was quick. It only took me about an hour and a half to unlock them.
No, it's not bad.
And you got another 15 days, because I think the first of the month, it'll be November 1st. They'll reveal the next thing. I actually don't think they're gonna add any more courses. Like I think they're like set there, but I can see some players still come through over the next like 8 months or so.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe all that. Wow, I was gonna say. Oh, you know what? One more wag. And this is a wag to myself actually. Because you're talking about Metroid Prime and I don't know. This is my whole train of thought that no one needs to hear, but here you go.
Yeah.
Metroid Dread. You're like, sub 20-hour experience. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what happened to making long games? Like just really, really long games. And one game that came to my head, I've never played it. I don't even know if it's long, but it's Chrono Trigger. And
Chrono Trigger's that's a game that'll take some time. Not the longest RPG, but it's good.
Is it? Yeah, I've heard nothing but good stuff, and I've never had it. Super Nintendo game, and then they remade it for the Nintendo DS, and for the longest time it was like $30, and I'm just like, I'm not spending. I'll get it for $20. I'm not going to spend $30 on it. And then Square Enix on a Black Friday years ago was like, Chrono Trigger, new, $5, Black Friday, I think it was. Here you go, enjoy it. I didn't get it. After that, I was like, man, I could never spend $30 on it now because it was only $5. How did I miss out? All right, I'll spend 15 or 20 on it, bro. That game now, the DS copy complete, is like $80 or $90.
Insane. That's insane.
So mad that I still don't have it. I've never played Chrono Trigger. I sold my copy of Earthbound. Now I'm trying to get one back. The price is like doubled from $170 to like $350, $400. I'm just like, man, I'm hurting on these old Super Nintendo games right now. I miss them.
Yeah. No, but I recommend that game to anybody who wants to play it. Chrono Trigger is such a good RPG experience. If you're new to the JRPG genre or not super familiar with it, Chrono Trigger is a great place to start. It's probably like a 30 to 40 hour game.
Wow.
And it's It is some of the best sprite work in a Super Nintendo game, period.
Wow. Yeah, I want to play it. Not like I'm the biggest fan of JRPGs, but I really wanted to see what that's like. I want to experience that game.
Right.
That's it for me, buddy.
Perfect. Well, I believe we have reached the end of our wonderful podcast. I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you, Tony, for hanging out. If you want to support the show, you can follow us on Twitter at Games of Our Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at Games of Our Pod. You can subscribe on Apple. We're on Spotify. We upload to YouTube. And if you want to follow Tony on socials, you can follow his Instagram at The Polka Rapper. You can follow him on TikTok at The Polka Rapper. I myself can be found on all socials at Bill the Fajita. I do a lot of Twitch streaming. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays now. So if you're around 4 p.m. Central, I'll be playing something most likely. And I'm actually starting a new YouTube project. I'm going to be getting back into the Let's Play game. So something might be coming up this week if you're on youtube.com channel Bill the Fajita.
That's awesome. I didn't know you were doing that. Wow. I'm happy you're doing that.
Thanks, man.
You're just filling your plate up with stuff.
Trying to do it, man.
Nothing wrong with that. Got a podcast, got serious streaming, and now got Let's Plays. That's just sharing all of your gaming experience, past and current and future, with the world. And that's what the world needs, is some more Bill.
I think they just need more video games.
Can't disagree with that. Tip of the hat to that.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening. We love you, and we'll talk to you next week.
I love you. Mwah. Thank you. Bye.